one game away. They had the last match on a Friday, right, versus Fnatic.
Right. They're 0-6 at that moment.
Talon, what, 4-2 at that moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Fnatic 0-6, as you say. All of a sudden, it's a 2-0. Like we were expecting, right? Wrong. It's Fnatic. I win the 2-0, and great for them. We got to speak with KP, who gave us a glorious interview. Please check those out. They're all uploaded to the YouTube. I did those last night. If you haven't had the chance, they're very good. KP especially, always eloquent and great to listen to. We'll hold that thought, though.
Oh, no.
He just went up there and punched him.
He's walking up to the high ground without vision, much like he did with Fnatic.
Oh,
but they're going to counter here, unlike they did with Fnatic. Hoping to kill off AU in the process. Can they finish him up? They missed the Illuminate. AU's out. Nobody's dead. 23 Savages in the high ground, attacking with reflection only. Nobody's died yet.
Level 1 fights. Get in there. We're not done.
They have another bushwhack. They can't cut the tree. They only got Mikoto, though. Illuminate in the face of Tims. But this squirrel, he's been foraging all winter. Doesn't want to die yet. Tims can't go to the bathroom. Gets zapped by the Fable.
Oh, and Bosku.
Bosku staying in the high ground. Bosku's going to die too. What? 2 kills for Talon.
Okay.
Starting out strong.
And very quickly, just because there is a score pip indicator there for Blacklist Rivalry, that is not the case. This is game 1. Don't worry, folks. You're not missing anything.
Yes.
But to finish off our quick point, right, Talon were 1 series away from qualifying to the major. Didn't make it. However, Avo, their opponents, Blacklist Rivalry, they're very similar to one of these side lanes and start kicking off, his snowball a little bit here. Does want to get this Witchblade online and do some more damage. It's going to be prevented from doing that for a while.
Also, isn't the goal of Blacklist Rivalry to lose every single first game of the series?
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So they can come back as spectacular in a 2-game fashion afterwards?
They did win game... Oh, well, that's why, right? They won game 1 earlier today.
Oh, that's why they lost.
That's why they lost.
Okay, so they're back to their bread and butter.
Mikoto trying to sneak around through the trees, but he's going to find another tree.
Oh, no. Maybe one moves. Well, you can always punch it. And in fact, like Minecraft, this tree dies if you punch it.
Yeah, but
Jabs, though, also dies if you just firehand him. And Tims will catch this Walrus in the trees. Mikoto is stuck for a second, slowed by that acorn shot. And Mikoto trying to get up to the high ground, but waiting for him is this mischievous fairy dragon. Can Mikoto avoid the extra damage illusory orb? He has a snowball. Does every target? He has no target. So unfortunately, he'll just die.
Yeah, really, really great counter initiation there by Raven, who just focuses onto jabs, knows that they don't want to have to deal with that Illuminate Blast, the mischance as well. And now top lane Talon, actually, they're trying to make a play onto Bosku. There's 2 very squishy heroes here against him, but there's a full Vessel finished already for jabs, and he tears right through him. Oh, goodness.
And that was why the Vessel's picked up, right? It's specifically for this early DP. And you might even force her to go... no, you go for it.
I do think like you can very quickly remove a lot of steam from this Talon lineup here. We'll see. I think this is going to be a pretty important fight down bottom here. As AU still defending on this Stream Protector, has now Overgrowth and a couple of cores smoking around behind him. Talon might not be ready for this. Jabs is the ideal catch.
Yeah, but these cores went into a triangle instead, and everyone in Talon is just bunching up around this bottom tower.
Yeah, Talon really committing for this push early. We've seen very similar ideas with this from SMG, but never with cores like TB.
It's true. But Talon was the other team that had a high ceiling, right?
That's right.
On top of SMG, so they have similar ideas here. AU, they get Snowball, Mikoto, still has the Ice Shards, but first they want to utilize the Stomp and Illuminate, Ice
really
Shards
good
to
patience.
finish him off.
Really good patience. And good usage there by Ollie. He's just really utilizing the Astral Spirit to go scouting. You always know if it hits something because there's an audio and a visual cue on it, which is going to kind of give you a little bit of a radar. So yeah, really good efficient jump there. Blacklist Rivalry, no opportunity for them to counter-initiate, and we'll have to let that tower go. Carl still coming along pretty nicely for his items. And again, Raven's not farming all too poorly. I still think there's a good shot if they can get this Lena BKB online relatively safely. In fact,
Dream Coil from Mikoto. Now the Light Strike Array with Laguna Blade. Mikoto will fall.
Very good.
Oh, nice little combo here from
No follow-up from Talon either, right? Bots for Raven? It is not. It's Gleipnir.
It does seem, though, like you ask Blacklist Rivalry what they have to do at any moment in the game. Even 70 minutes in, they go, we have to delay the game.
We have to farm a little bit more for our next volley of items. And now we're at a point where they're happy with this current volley of items, right? Full Gleipnir for Lena, Blink Dagger for AU, bots for Carl without buyback is not immediately impactful, but does mean you can continue scaling and there's plan Bs available to you. So those are the big ones right now. What are they fighting into, though? Because Talon also eager to fight.
Yeah, smoke on smoke action. Talon thought they were in the Roche Pit.
23
they did catch 3 though.
Doesn't have anything huge yet, but again, I think it's mainly the sheep stick, honestly.
Yep. That Sheep Stick is going to surprise him as well, especially coming out of the smoke. They go for AU first, but AU has the high ground control right now. He's trying to de-ward. Unfortunately,
look at the poke.
He didn't get it off. He did put the sentry up there, just didn't use it.
It's important to get Tusk involved in these kills. Actually, there's no buyback there.
Yep.
Jabs is going to go and scout with his smoke into the Roche pit, which means they're going to start this up with this DD run active on the TB, even committing the meta already.
This is where being a trim protector with the attack speed of my grandma is really sucks of de-warding.
Yeah, that's true.
When you lose the high ground advantage like this, Hoodwink is also now very good at de-warding.
Nope. Very true. Worst base attack time in the game. But seems like TALON, especially aided by this DD rune, are going to be basically unleashed directly into the Roche pit. 23 now.
Doing in the meta, where you just go for the same build no matter what, because this hero is just stupid. TB is trying to show her what real stupidity looks like.
Yep. And Raven's going to be able to farm his way through the triangle and then get back out. Once again, I believe we've successfully avoided any sort of fights.
And now, Richie, we have officially reached the mark of we've only gotten a kill every 2 minutes.
Yes, indeed.
It is what they call the sad point of the...
Oh, Makoto, though, DD rune. Certainly he goes in here, right? Onto Bosku, the blink forward.
Yeah, he's calling Moon. And they're going to find a much better target. It's going to be the Lina. Lone ignored because the snowball took forever to come out. Really well played there on Makoto.
And now, Blacklist, they don't want to fight it nicely. Timed 4 staff will prevent those shards from catching anyone. And Metamorphosis is ready again, by the way. That's another tier 2 tower down, maybe even a tier 3. There is no Fortify ready here for Blacklist.
That's the Chakra Magic coming into play.
Yes, it is. Good point.
Yep.
This is...
once again, it just seems like Blacklist will die by osmosis as long as they've tried anything this game.
Certainly not feeling spurred into action yet. I mean, there's no buyback here on this Lina.
And they just decide to go for a different tower.
They're going to go for a different, absolutely. That's the move to make for sure.
Send all the illusions in. 23, not wanting to get caught out. He still has Sunder, however. But no BKB on him.
I honestly thought we were going to see, by the way, DP's 15 left talent taken, which is the minus 2 second crit from cooldown. I tend to see that a lot back when DP used to be such a strong counter pick versus TB especially.
There's a lot of magic damage.
Because there's a smoke play coming, but he clears the waves too quickly. That's what I mean, man. This wave clear is pretty darn good from Blacklist Rivalry. Now, Talon, they're into the base. They're going to send forward the illusions. Yeah, Spirit. Ooh,
there's the Walrus kick. And there's Bosku dying.
Yeah, no chance. He has buyback, though.
He doesn't buyback. Rubik has Ags now.
23 has committed. That's, by the way, 3 Ag Scepters on this team now.
Rubik needs to get it on this courier, so not yet. It's coming.
Okay, but soon to be 3.
Soon to be 3.
Yeah, and there's that's a regular meta, by the way, not the Terror Wave, of course.
No, he's still saving that for
they sniped his courier.
Oh, we won't see the Rubik Ag Scepter.
Oh, well. Oh, this would be a big jump if they get this gem. And I think Carl's going to be just out of range for it.
Talon a little bit confused if there's
everyone is far. They are literally just, I mean, AU is outside of the base, being chased down by a Kabold even.
Yep.
Wow.
Right now, Talon is actually looking. They're asking their manager, "Are we playing against people? Is there anyone on the enemy team?"
It's like they're playing like hide and seek. Back in like Counter-Strike 1.6, there were like hide and seek servers on like AS Oil Rig, and like that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Maybe they're gonna find
Raven's losing the hide and seek match now.
Oh, he is
dead.
Oh, yes, he is. Doesn't have buyback either here, Abo. Committed for the ultimate orb.
Okay. I'll take this.
He's got a full refresher orb.
Yes. Oh, no, Raven, no, do not smoke to hit creeps. Oh, he's just getting the fire soul stacks. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yes, he
makes perfect sense.
He does need those.
But they just got scanned. Attempt has been thwarted because they only have one angle of attack.
Like, all right, I guess I'll just hit the other buildings, I guess.
Yeah, but this is the attempt.
Exo's used.
Exo has been used. I hear it.
He's Exo in the trees. Oh, it's so spooky over there.
Oh, no, the trees are haunted.
So spooky.
This forest.
It's a haunted forest.
No,
he's in a haunted forest.
Oh, he's going to kick the haunted forest woman away.
Ouch.
Bosku's dead. The legend of Bosku was the shortest lived legend. It was like a TikTok legend. Carl, he gets a dream coil off. Is there a follow-up? There isn't. Terror Wave stops it completely. Yeah, bushwhack him so he can't break the coil. And now Raven's running away. Raven is running away. Back on your base, Raven. Here, I'll help you. Back on your base.
Oh, my.
Goodbye, Raven. Has no buyback, of course. GG.
Okay.
GG. Yes. It seemed like Blacklist Rivalry thought this was World War I. Just a war. It is twofold.
Okay.
Mr. Ritchie.
Sure.
First, he has a stun.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes, that's incredible. But second, the Stampede allows you to disengage, which I can only understand will make you more keen to engage, because you always have an escape plan.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Okay. Well, we'll see how he does here.
I'm not saying this will win in the game, but at least it'll be more entertaining.
No. And he's always looked good on this hero. It's this and the Doom that's been really, really super sink or swim. But I can't deny the fact that when it's looked good, it's looked really good, and I can't help but ask for it for more games. And here we are. Bosco sees many heroes here, so he's just trying to conceal his ward. He's not actually going to make that play. He's the boss. Don't worry.
Bosco sees many heroes, but does he act on many heroes?
No, he doesn't. He's not going to act on the intel. Good
I will
lad.
say on the Purple Man that it used to be Carl's best hero. Remember back on Kick FM? Right? Back when he was like starting to really become big in Dota 2.
Do you think it was better than his Ember?
I think his Void Spirit was his best hero.
I always remember for his Ember. I can't lie. For Red Man, not Purple Man.
Yeah, to me, Carl, when he went from Santino to Carl, the real Carl began on Void Spirit.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I just felt like you can be a lot more flashy on the Ember, honestly. I feel like Void, even with, Octarine and an Acceptor, he's and at the old shard, now the 25 talent, right? Or the where is it? Now it's 15 talent, right? I feel like there's only so many plays you can kind of make, only so many moves you can look to do. Whereas on the Ember Spirit, it does kind of feel like you have a much wider canvas to paint on,
Yeah.
But that's the only reason.
I see your point. I mean, I do think this hero is bad.
Yeah, I always saw Carl. I mean, he's got a good lane matchup, right? Which is why they picked it. But here against the bat. But yes, I agree. Oh, but this is, by the way, where the lane always gets a little bit of a lobby score bug. Talon are leading 1-0. Blacklist Rivalry did lose game number 1, and we are in game number 2. Fights down bottom where AU is going to be disposed out from the tower range and quickly killed.
Yep.
What is this?
A few silencer picks we've seen in general, but I think a very strong hero right now.
Hey, and let's talk about this strong combo. Even though we haven't actually seen Sidekick yet, it's going to be pretty crazy once Jabs and Q...
They smoked. Smoke, gusting, a lot of wind.
He doesn't have Gust for 10 seconds, by the way. He kind of wasted it.
But it's okay, because you have Carl. Carl is your Gust. Right? Ooh. Catch the Lina. Lina would be a perfect target. Not so perfect as Jabs, but you can make up for it.
Okay.
There's the perfect target. Go with Carl, dissimulate, and that's dead Lina.
Yes.
Tim's is happy to die for this, but if they stampede and save him, even better. They should be able to... Oh no, the goal sign stops the stuns from coming out. However, Tim's, unfortunately, very slow.
Oh yeah, he's going to be the one left behind, and that's actually a total acceptable trade.
I think he turned around to Rocket Flare, right? Which I don't think was the play.
I think it's because he was afraid of giving Rubik any other spell, perhaps.
Oh, that could have been it.
Rubik got Rocket Flare, which is...
Meh.
I think you probably want to give him COD from Raven a little bit here on the map. So they're doing a great job so far. I mean, Raven's getting his items online, has the full 4 staff coming his way, so he can very reasonably, maybe not look to, start the fights himself, but he can show up and still have a little bit of defensive utility. That being said, Makoto is looking to get a little bit offensive here. Silent as the owl. He dives in onto the triangle of Raven.
Right, of course. And archers, they usually are deaf. So that's why they couldn't hear the owl coming in. The lasso as well, the tombstone on top of this. Raven has to get away, cancels on TP because he saw the flame break, instead stampeding himself to safety. That flame break would have canceled the TP, but it would have put him close to the Rubik, so he's dead regardless. Quick thinking from Raven, but not quick enough. As AU's courier also gets killed, and now they see the real AU, and they say, why not? Piggy, let's go to hell.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because I always forget that sticking napalm applies a 70% turn rate reduction, so it's always hilarious whenever anyone slowly turns to face the Batrider and then just dies anyway.
Exactly.
It's coming online, but with this Aegis, I just don't think they can reasonably kill 23 twice. So he's kind of unstoppable for these next 2 minutes, and it's just a matter of how much Talon takes. They've struggled to kill Makoto, especially with his BKB. He is going back for Blink Dagger at this stage. Why not? It's a phenomenal item to have versus a Drow Ranger in any game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Repositioning to be able to... Oh, hold on.
A Drow that might get killed regardless. But did get the stun.
Good force.
Getting him safe, and now the hook shot. Ensure Jab stops the chase. Tims will die for this, but Raven is alive.
Okay, AU.
And Carl fights back. They taunt Lina, but with the Aegis, there's just no chance.
Yeah. And BKB, of course, so she is really not scared. Tanking even for the wagon. As she gets to work trying to demolish another tier 2 tower. Talon just with way too much team fight here. It just seems like I mean, they don't even really have that much team fight. It's kind of just a lot of really good single target and tombstone, which is so far enough. Even with a global, like, nothing really stops them there. Talon they don't feel pressured to dive any further. They don't feel pressured to use BKBs and go in more. I mean, sure, there's ideas, and we see certain heroes prefer certain items, but you don't pick a hero with the, you know, Bosku's not picking Centaur with the idea to get a Giant's Ring.
Last one?
Look at them. They're just going kidnapping, basically, into the base.
That one I like, Curl.
That's such a deep dive, and he can just do that.
I mean, nobody is doing anything on Blacklist Rivalry. Once again, they don't feel like threats, right?
So the point I was making, right, is Talon lost that series, and there's this kind of like, you know, oh, chin up sport. You learn more from losses than you do from victories, which may actually be the case here. This is completely unlike the series we saw before.
Talon, to be honest, has learned a lot.
They have.
DPC, yeah, they've looked better and better. Except for the one game against Fnatic, which was, I think, an anomaly.
Yes, that was surprising.
Hey, one of those days, you have a bad day and just play poorly. It's whatever.
That's true. I mean, they must be extremely driven, right? I mean, they should have, quote-unquote, won that game versus an 0-6 team at the time to secure their spot to the major. They did it here, but Roshan number 2 is now online.
I think the word you'd use to describe this game is helpless, it feels like, for Blacklist. Not like they're making any mistakes. It just feels like they just can't quite get their plays on right.
Yeah, it just
hard to tell why.
Everything just seems like a non-starter for them.
Yes.
And it is hard to tell, right? I think this is one where you just have to look at the replay. I think much of this is to do, of course, let's give credit to Talon for playing a clean game and overall a very clean series, as Jabs is going to kill off AU.
But like Blacklist was starting to start a car and there was no wheels in the car. They were like, oh guys, I don't think we can go on the road with this. This is not legal. And now, I mean,
it's honestly felt helpless. It really has. I mean, 23K, it's such an impressive lead. 23 is just on the high ground. Doesn't even have Lincoln's queued up. He's not scared of anything.
Yeah, there's as much lead as number in his name. Now it's 24K.
Yeah.
Has to change his name.
He needs to change his name to 24 Savage.
Oh, Mikoto. He canceled that. Hookshot did not stop that initiation whatsoever.
And Raven
dead.
He's just dead. Doesn't have buy.
Carl at least now has the massive Dissimulate, so he has a lot more mobility here, but Lina is unfazed. Bossu can't even get the stun off because it's on cooldown.
That's 3 dead.
That is 3 dead.
Talon.
GG is called.
They're going to the major.
They're going to the major. Lima has been calling for a bird of prey. Talon answers. Going to Lima. With a Lima.
Ah, look at that. He liked your joke. They smiled a bit there, Black.